Well, the advice I'd give to somebody who wants to do what I do is to be a student of photojournalism. That you can be an underwater photographer or a nature photographer and not be a photojournalist. I mean, there's lots of ways you can go out and make a living or make money. You can do books and you can, sell fine art prints, and there's other things you can do. But if you want to be a journalist, if you want to tell stories, then you need to learn to shoot journalistically. And what I recommend for people to do is to sort of set personal projects for themselves. And the best thing to do is to do that close to home. Because I think the mistake a lot of emerging photographers make is they come out of college or whatever, and they save up their money and they buy some photo gear, and then they save up some money and they travel to some exotic place and they want to emulate a photographer whose work they admire. And they're never going to be able to spend as much time in that place as somebody who's commissioned to be there for 3 or 4 months, unless they're independently wealthy. So if they're not independently wealthy, the better approach is to work in your own backyard where you have repeatability, where you can go day after day or week after week and maybe spend a year working on a project. If it's nature photography, maybe you want to find out if there's an environmental angle to this species or thing, subject that you're talking about photographing. Maybe there's researchers you can work with. Maybe there's a farmer, there's whoever. So now you're including all of these elements of storytelling, and you're learning to make the beautiful pictures, but also the storytelling pictures, which can be beautiful, but they're necessary. Over time, you'll hone your craft. You'll end up with a edited, set of images that maybe you can sell. You can write a story to go with it, sell it to a local publication, a smaller publication. And if you do that over several times, then maybe you can grab the best 5 pictures from each of those coverages, put together a broader portfolio, and then you can approach the bigger magazines and go to the director of photography or the art director and say, this is what I want to do. And they will at least see that you've done something, and that you haven't just, run around the world making pretty pictures, which is great, but it's not going to get you that job necessarily. So I think having a strategy, having a plan that'll get you from where you are today to where you want to ultimately be is essential, and it's very productive. I think, if anybody wants to work hard, they can do it.